Hi, my name is Raghav, and I want to do something slightly different this week. Instead of reviewing a popular movie that all of us have probably seen, I want to recommend a movie that I saw and think everyone should see as well. I want to talk about Under the Silver Lake. Under the Silver Lake is a neo noir mystery film written and directed by David Robert Mitchell. Mitchell is best known for his 2014 film It Follows, which is an out and out horror film. Under the Silver Lake is not a horror, although it has some absolutely freaky elements. Set in Los Angeles and more specifically in the weird, kinda gross outskirts of Silver Lake, it stars Andrew Garfield in what has to be one of his best performances so far. Garfield, I'm sure you remember as hipster Spider-Man, gives us a performance with weird charm and controlled aggression as a disillusioned 30-something-year-old man kinda whiling away his time in Silver Lake, being aimless and disinterested in the daily grind that we all partake in. Instead, he spends his time casually committing questionable acts of voyeurism, infidelity, and abuse. His character displays a very interesting tendency towards the idol worship of Hollywood and similar personalities, which is kind of a running theme in the film. His room is adorned with posters of Kurt Cobain and his quote-unquote girlfriend, played by the comedian Erica Lindholm of the comedy duo Garfunkel and Oates. She's a struggling actress and is always coming back from a role and therefore in different interesting costumes every time we see her. The shadow of Hollywood looms heavily over this world, but doesn't really touch it. Garfield meets an enigmatic character played by Elvis Presley's granddaughter, Riley Keough, who mysteriously disappears, leading him on a crazy wild goose chase of mystery and conspiracy. There's a lot of hidden messages, conspiracy theories, weird murders, and weird murderer stories, and it's just very delightful. The film is wildly original and has a lot of style, and I'm really recommending it on that basis alone. There's so much in the film that just makes you think of classic horrors and mysteries, from the use of realistic puppets and prosthetics, random shifts in tone and feel, and not to mention the amazingly nostalgic score by Disaster Piece that completely references Hitchcockian filmmaking. There are two absolutely stellar animated sequences that are in complete black and white and evoke a very specific emotion. There's very effective storytelling in these sequences. Under the Silver Lake also has a lot of great observational stuff about hipster culture and the nature of performance, party, and general weirdness that this subculture has. There are a lot of great people in the cast of this film. Topher Grace plays a hipster just as morally bankrupt as Garfield, yet severely deluded when it comes to his dialogue. There's a scene where he's flying a drone camera to spy on a model or actress or something, while he complains about how everyone is so paranoid about being watched. The film makes a poignant statement about the treatment of women in the Hollywood film industry, especially aspiring starlets, who are essentially chewed up and spit out by the cutthroat world of Hollywood. In the aforementioned scene, when we finally see the woman who Topher Grace is spying on, we see her come into her room, undress, sit in her bed, and just begin to cry. The characters in the film don't bat an eyelid, and the film shows us how people perceive such women, objectifying them to such an extent that we forget that they're actually human. Zosia Mamet, who has a brief but mesmerizing role in the film, deserves a special mention. You'll recognize her from HBO's Girls, where she also stole the show. Let me be very clear, this movie is weird. It's bizarre and odd and strange, and I don't really know if the story pays off, and it's much more about the style and overall feeling in addition to the overall message. So if you're not into weird, don't watch this. But still watch it, because I think this movie deserves some attention. And also, if you're not used to watching films like this, it may help you evolve your movie watching sensibilities. I thoroughly enjoyed how weird and creepy this film is and how beautifully made and darkly told the story is. Please consider checking this film out. I'll be back next week with another movie review. In the meantime, consider hitting subscribe. If this video made you want to watch the film, please comment on the video and let me know what you thought of it. I'd love to support this kind of filmmaking. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. See you next week.